Hey, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Unboxed. We're glad that you're with us. Okay, so first of all, before I get started, I hope that you enjoyed your Labor Day weekend. I hope that you're refreshed, revived, ready to get back and to hit it hard because we've been talking about the challenges of leadership. That's been the major focus of our discussion. And I've stated that the most difficult challenge a leader faces is the challenge of managing relationships, especially during times of high anxiety. And on top of all of this, interpersonal relationships can cause the most stress and anxiety. So you try to manage relationships during times of anxiety, and it's relationships that cause anxiety. You can kind of see how that cycle begins. But I want to go one step deeper here. The amount of pain, and I've been really driving this point home, and you're really going to see it today, I believe. The amount of pain we're able to endure will determine how well we manage relationships, especially during times of anxiety, as well as the height of our leadership and the growth of our organization. So when I talk about pain, just to be clear, because we've been gone for a few days, when I talk about pain, I'm talking about your ability to tolerate the pain and discomfort of others in your relationship system. And this is what ultimately separates survival leaders from challenge leaders, and we want to be challenge leaders. So today, once again, we're going to unbox the difference between survival leaders and challenge leaders. And what I mean by that is we're going to talk about the difference in the way these leaders manage themselves or try to rescue others. Stick around. I'm Dr. Robert Davis, family life educator and relationship coach. And welcome to Unboxed, a frank and straightforward conversation about relationships. We're going to talk about family, church, workplace, and all other types of relationships. Join me for the next few moments as we unbox the power and potential of relationships and help you to live your best life. All right. Gather around. Hurry. Step right up. So glad to have you here. As I shared before, do me a favor before we get started. Make sure that you like, subscribe, and share. That's right. Like, subscribe, and share. If you're listening to this podcast, please come visit us. You can learn more about the various services that we provide. Our web address is www.swg-unboxed.org. We are on all of the various podcasts formats such as iTunes, etc. Please make sure that you check us out. Okay, so we're talking about challenge leaders versus survival leaders. And too often our immaturity, and all of us have a level of maturity, emotional maturity, and a level of emotional immaturity. Too often our immaturity causes us to try to alleviate the pain and discomfort in others and try to alleviate it as quickly as possible. Trying to alleviate the pain in others will ultimately lead us to overfunction for them. And trying to alleviate the pain as quickly as possible causes us to resort to rescue and quick fixes. I talked about that the last time, didn't I? Quick fixes. So here's the difference between survival leaders and challenge leaders. And this is the fifth difference that I've shared with you so far. And that is challenge leaders manage themselves, whereas survival leaders attend to others who they believe need rescuing. As the flight attendant always says, and those of you who've ever flown, I'm sure that's all of you listening or watching this, as the flight attendant always says, put on your own mask and then help those around you. Put on your own mask and then help those around you. And here's the rub. You cannot help other people's emotions. You cannot control their emotional reactivity or their emotional responses. So it's not like flying in a plane where first you help yourself and then you help those that are around you. Because unlike the airplane where after you get yours on, you can help other people, all you can do in real life is manage yourself. Manage your own emotional responses, your own emotional reactivity. Emotionally immature leaders, this is a clear sign. Emotionally immature leaders want to stop the discomfort in their organization as quickly as possible. And here's the question. Just think about it. What's the best way to quickly stop the bleeding and to restore homeostasis? The answer: identify the people who are most anxious or troubled and direct your energy into helping them to become calm. So If you want to cause calm, find out who is the most distressed, find out who is the most impacted and affected, and then go over there and try to help them to become calm. But here's the shortcoming in that thinking. You can put all your energy into managing someone else's emotionality or their emotional distress, and they will remain distressed. It's very possible that they will remain distressed or become even more distressed. So your greatest efforts could actually end up intensifying or exacerbating the problem. The truth is, when it comes to emotions, when it comes to people's feelings, people's reactivity, the only variable that you can control is yourself. You know, I've shared Serenity Prayer 2.0, and I'm going to share it again right now. Lord, grant me the serenity to accept that I cannot change other people, courage to change the only person I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. That's it right there. Mature leaders, and that's what I'm encouraging all of us to be. Mature leaders work on managing their own emotional temperature, which in turn lowers the emotionality of the entire relationship system. So the more that I work on myself, the more I work on showing up as a calm, non-anxious leader, a well-defined leader with guiding principles, a well-defined leader who is able to remain connected to everyone without being overly influenced by anyone, who is able to have relationships with everyone while at the same time not getting caught up in all of the relationship drama that the organization may produce. That in and of itself, just being me, the best me, is the greatest way of impacting your organization and impacting the relationships of your organization. I want you to think about a hot cup of water, and you take an ice cube and you drop the ice cube into the hot cup of water. The ice cube does not try to change the temperature of the cup of hot water. All the ice cube does is be itself. And by being itself, it will automatically lower the temperature of the hot water. And so again, if the focus is on how do I be the best me, then you can have the greatest impact on your organization. I want to read something to you. This is from Dr. Michael Kerr. His book is called Bowen Theory and Evolutionary Theory. Listen what he says. Emotionally mature leaders can think and act independently, even when closely involved with others. They are fairly objective and can act on principle, even in periods of heightened emotional stress. An emotionally mature leader can remain calm even when those around them are acting anxious. A broad perspective and long-term view enable them to balance individual interests against the need of the group. This balance maximizes individual productivity, cooperation, and group cohesion. If I can act independently, if I can remain objective, and if I can be governed by principles and be in a calm place, me, then that's in and of itself going to have a profound impact on the entire system. Moving one piece, that's your piece on the chessboard, inevitably changes the entire complexion of the game. You cannot control what the other person on the other side of the board is going to do. You just can't. Chess masters focus on making sure that they make the strongest possible move based on the position of the board. The chess master realizes I'm playing against another chess master. I cannot control whether he's going to move his rook, his bishop, his knight, his queen, his pawn, etc. But what I can do is I can look at the position of the board and I can make the strongest possible move based on how I want the game to go. Where do I want to position myself? Where do I want my pieces to be? And when you do that, that's what puts the chess master in the strongest place. All right, let me go ahead and close out. We want to be challenge leaders. We want to be challenge leaders, emotionally mature leaders who put their energy into how their best emotional functioning will be, rather than trying to solve everyone else's emotionality. I know it's a knee jerk. Someone comes to you, especially when you're a leader, someone comes to you down, depressed, distressed, and the first instinct, and most of us who especially enter into community leadership, we do it because we want to help people. Someone comes in distress, and the knee-jerk reaction is to say, what? Let me see how I can fix them. Especially when there's conflict between two of our team members. How can I fix this? The real answer is, how can I be the best me in this situation? That is how you unbox the power and the potential of your leadership. That is how you unbox the power and the potential of every relationship. I'll see you next time. Community leadership can be hard, lonely, and stressful. Hi, I'm Dr. Robert Davis. And if you're an executive director, you are not alone. UnBoxed offers a dynamic peer support group where executive directors can share their hopes, questions, fears, and expertise in a safe, confidential space. For more information about our executive directors support group, email us or visit our UnBoxed website.